Board of Assessment review.
Oh, gotcha,
but
gotcha,
He
okay.
wants to film, and I don't know.
We can't have anything filmed.
Oh yeah, where are they at?
Hang on 1 second. This is the assessor, Emily. You can't go in there yet.
This is the board.
They're all different boards. He wants to film.
I got you.
you. Walking in.
What's going on?
Not much.
But we can't really talk while you're here.
Oh.
Hi.
Is this guy filming?
Yes.
I'm not gonna talk with the guy filming.
Okay.
You know, I have my
Well,
rights
we'll
too.
wait to do it, otherwise we'll wait
Don't film me.
for person.
There. I have privacy too.
Not in public.
Now I got you too.
You have 2658.
Who is this gentleman? I don't want to be recorded.
We can stop then and resume when you leave.
Okay.
You're gonna delay our meeting
I mean, that's on you guys. I'm not delaying nobody.
to get the property owner's permission. We'll resume.
Well, I
I'm
don't-
not stopping this.
I don't need the permission of nobody to film
he
here
asked
today.
that he,
You guys just have to move on. He'll have to be skipped. I don't know, but I'll be here till 5.
Ross, the gentleman that is recording is not going to stop.
We won't ask any questions.
I got 1, 2, 3. Where's the 4th?
It's in an area of the building, but we need to limit your access because we have youth.
Does their safety and feelings trump the Constitution of the United States?
Both.
Same similar ones on the right-hand side of the park.
Listen, y'all, these kids want to act up in school, want to go to school and embarrass you, want to make like they ain't got no home training. So I told my son, don't go to school embarrassing no more. I take care of you, son. I give you anything you want. I discipline you. But you're going to embarrass me like this? No, so now I'm going to cut his hair. Oh, I got to ask you. With bald hair.
Hey, do me a favor. Wait for the SWAT guys. Now I saw you were in a restricted area. Now I want your identification. You're not getting it.
Don't embarrass me. I told him, don't embarrass me. No.
All right, Erie County fam, this is another audit on Board of Assessment Reviews, known as BAR. This is where people challenge their tax assessment reviews on their homes. And we put these videos together and put these out for educational purposes, because once you know how the process works, you can challenge your assessment review. And of course, these tyrants can't get away with breaking the law, like this lady, if you all remember.
Please tell me what are the comps, what are the differences, what makes his property that we should have to reduce his assessment?
Oh, sure, the case law required.
No. Doing this basic on law and not on what's unique or different about this. And what I'm asking as a board member is for you to explain, not your law. I want to know why these homeowners wanted to have their assessment challenged, the basis. Because you're doing law. I want their assessment that they feel needs to be lowered. And if you're going to start with this whole court of law piece again, please don't. Please don't.
Get people on this board who understand the case law.
Okay.
And understand how this works.
All right. You're done. You've presented.
So you're not going to let me present
I'm not
further?
going to let you finish.
What
You're
is
done.
that?
You are done insulting this
I'm not
board.
insulting it. You're going to announce the date before the hearing's over?
No.
So you're telling us on camera you're going to violate our PTO?
I'm not announcing tonight.
She said it more than one way, that she doesn't care about the
You're going to
law.
violate the law. That's fine.
She doesn't care about the law. And the perfect example of educational purposes is when we released this video of this Board of Assessment chairman who disregarded the law on video. Well, fam, not only did we educate the public, we got her ass fired. This educational video took care of this lady. She will no longer violate the people's rights, coerce and work with the town when she was supposed to be an independent board member. Her lack of respect for the public and the rule of law got her fired. Thanks to you guys redressing your grievances. She no longer works for we the people, and that's your update on the Lancaster Board of Assessment Review video. And of course, if you didn't see it, it is definitely linked in the description. In that last video, the lady admitted she's been violating the law for 15 years doing it her way. Well, when we watch the government, they can no longer violate us and do it their way. They're going to have to follow the law.
like to go out here to your left, you can have a seat.
Okay, thanks. This is where bar is, right?
Uh-huh.
What's going on back here?
It's all over.
It's over?
It's all over. We've got several rooms and
Oh, okay.
what are you from?
I'm just from Western New York.
Can I help you in any way?
No, I was just going to the bar.
Going to the what?
The bar?
Well, Board of Assessment Review.
Oh, gotcha,
But
gotcha,
He
okay.
wants to film and I don't know.
We can't have anything filmed.
Oh, yeah, we can. Where are they at?
Okay.
I'm sorry, where are you from?
No, that was.
Hang on 1 second. This is the assessor, Emily. You can't go in there yet.
This is the board.
They're all different boards. He wants to film. I got you. Broken in.
Now, is this your house or is it a rental?
I have.
Now, when it comes to Board of Assessment Review, there's lots of different ways of it's done. Like, for instance, this is a private citizen trying to go before the board in his own home. And they pretty much go in there and tell them why their house isn't worth as much and hope for the best. You'll see some people go ahead and bring pictures in of cracked foundations and, you know, pictures of flooding and why their value of their property is not as much. The second option you'll see here in a lot of these rooms are going to be people who hire somebody, kind of like the tax opposer, my friend Steve, aka the Hammer, who got that lady fired because he generally works off case law and such things as when the house was sold, property values, and more complex things. When Steve takes on one, it's going to get reduced. He knows it because the case law says so. Now, these people are here, they're just gambling and trying their best. Your best bet is definitely to hire somebody. And you'll definitely see a lot of different methods by watching this educational and, well, sometimes entertaining video. Let's get back at it.
Thanks for the evidence. We will reply to you by mail before July 1st
Okay.
with our decision.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thanks again. Have a great day.
All right, you too. Bye now.
2.5 bath. Not disputing the value. The only thing I'm disputing, and I've got the surveys included there, the town has the square footage at 3,001 square feet, but I've included the surveys. Actually, I have 2,804 square feet. So if you take the 2,804, apply the 185, 186 bucks a square foot, I think you get to 525, which I think is what I'm requesting the reduction to. But look, I have no problem with the base value. It's just that they've got, I don't know how they get 3,001 square feet. It's not accurate.
So what you're looking at in this room here is 3 board members and a gentleman who owns the house. The fourth chair should be taken up by someone who works for the town in the assessor's office. Generally, you'll see the fourth person. I don't know why there's not one in the room right now. Now, the board is supposed to work separate from the town. They don't work for the town. They're hired for the town to work as a arbitrator between the town and the person to settle this before it has to go to SCAR, which is a court process which no cameras are allowed, and the person who makes the final decision is more of the rank of a judge, but not quite a judge. And a lot of the time, especially in that Lancaster video, what you'll see is that Board of Assessment Review, the 3 of them working with the town and coercing with the town. And it's not supposed to be that way. And that's what recording BAR is so important, because we're about to expose it and stop that process and make it more fair for the taxpayer. What's going on?
Not much. But we can't really talk while you're here.
Oh. In order for these bar members to speak in private, they need to vote and go into executive session. So one of them would have to make a motion, and they would all have to vote yes to go into executive session. Then I would have to leave the room. And the people from the town, the assessor's side, they would also have to leave the room. But it appears we got a snitch going to tell on us. You see, these towns and these boards been doing whatever they want for so long because they have no oversight And you know what? They know it and they abuse it. And, well, Erie County, there's a new watchdog in town. And we're going to make sure these Board of Assessment reviews are much more fair for the people from now on.
See if he's do this.
You will notice now that the town assessor's office is back in the room for this next one. It raises question, if the town wasn't represented in the last hearing, was the board working for the town?
Hi. Is this guy filming?
Yes.
I'm not gonna talk with the guy filming.
Okay.
You know, I have my
Well,
rights
we'll
too.
wait to you. I don't think our next person is here, so we'll just hold up for a little while.
Yeah,
If you want to
okay.
wait.
I don't know what's going on. Can you tell me?
Oh, this is BAR. This is a Board of Assessment Reviews? Yeah, that's what's going on.
Yeah.
Right?
It's okay.
Okay.
We'll just wait until whenever you want to do it. Otherwise, we'll wait for
Don't film me.
the person.
There. You can run it all you want. I have privacy too.
Not in public.
Yeah, if you don't feel comfortable, you don't have to be in the meeting at all, but
Yeah.
we don't have anything
Don't
going on right
see
now,
it.
so we'll just kind of hang out until our next person comes.
That is one of the other style, folks. That is not a private citizen challenging the assessment on his house. He actually has a bunch of folders, and he's been hired by different homeowners to come in and challenge the assessment for them because, well, sometimes having a professional do it is better than winging it. But all tax opposers are not created equal. How many days you guys got this going on for? Usually they're all in one day, but it looks like you guys got a whole lot of revals this year.
Yeah, so we did Tuesday, today, and Monday. And
Next
then-
Monday is going to go on too.
Yeah, and then some on Wednesday.
This is Berkeley Street.
Yeah, most towns get it done in one day, but it looks like Amherst is
Well,
with the whole reval and
reassessment,
all.
it's
Yeah.
pretty typical, yeah, so.
Is it usually this busy, like, or is it
Every
just?
year?
Yeah, or is it more because of the reval?
Yeah, I think last year we only did, we didn't even have a full day. We did the afternoon, evening hours and.
You work for the assessor's office then?
Yes, I'm the assessor.
You are the assessor, all right.
Yeah.
How many rooms is this going on in here?
Rooms, there are 4 rooms.
Four
There's
rooms?
4 boards, yeah.
So there's one here, and then some more down
There's
the hall.
one over here and then one off the main room over there.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Based on the pictures already in our small area with the bluebird, it's very swampy, shifted soil. So every year, one of our neighbors spending 40-50K to the Frank's basement. Because half of the house is shifting, you can clearly see the pictures. I've got a couple ceiling cracks which just shows up and appearing and disappearing, depends on the time of the year.
So
When the
you
soil
had
shifting.
Franks out to your house too?
On right on neighbor across the street, so my
Okay,
house
so the-
probably gonna be the next.
The neighbor.
Basement with a constant, with a huge crack in a basement with a constant water leak. I tried to fix it twice, and all these markings from the on the bottom.
As I'm taking those pictures, I think every house he's owned in his life, he's had a fire hydrant in front of his house.
Okay. Okay, guys, so we have everything we need here in front of us. We're not gonna make a determination today, as you know, but we're gonna take all the facts that you've given us and the town comparables, and we'll get back to you in 60 to 45 days.
Okay.
Okay? Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Have a good day.
See you
You too.
again.
Thanks, Paul.
Yep. Is it okay to keep these pictures?
Oh, yeah, I have them on my phone, yeah. They're all yours.
So after presenting to the board will make a decision, which was one of the instances where they could vote to go into executive decision to talk about it and make a decision right then and there, but they must come out of executive session and make the decision publicly in a public meeting, which is a big violation all these boards are violating. They're not making these decisions in the public meeting. a note that you'll hear is June 1st. June 1st is the date that they must make the decision by, and they're telling most of these people that.
What are you guys doing? It's a busy one this year, huh?
No, not too bad actually.
Going on 3 or 4 days, it looks like. Most towns get it done in one day.
Well, think of the number of parcels in the town of Amherst.
40,000 plus.
I think I just talked to the assessor. She said they got it all done in one day last year. Of course, with the new reval, everybody's challenged.
Every property.
Yeah, it always makes it.
Everybody's over 200 challenges or so out here.
You made adjustment for the square footage of the place. All the comps are.
I don't know if you're okay.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're good on this.
Okay, good.
So that, let me just see if I, oh yeah, I got that, okay.
Yeah, 600,000 for that area is nothing at all.
Right.
Requested?
$450.
Now, the one comp, can I just see that there? Comp number 23 Brookside. There weren't any.
So you keep hearing this guy talk about comps. What he's talking about is comparable sales. Comparable sales are when you're trying to lower your taxes, you're looking for comparable houses that sold in a market value near yours that you're comparing and how much they sold for and what the square footage is. And that's how, when you hire a company, they attack this. They don't attack it with, well, you know, the guy's this and that's broken at the house. They're going at it a more professional way. And if you notice in that last video with the Lancaster assessor, she wanted nothing but comps because she wants it done the professional way, the way they always did it. She wasn't ready to hear about no case law and stuff like that. And these are just some of many ways of attacking your assessment review, whether you do it yourself or hire somebody.
1704 square feet.
Here are all the comps that I used on that one.
Let me just look at the paperwork.
Yeah. But those are all 5.
All right, thank you. They'll all hear from the town by July 1st.
Would it be possible to have a notice sent to me too on that?
Yeah, I'll make a note of that.
If you make a note on that, I appreciate it.
Sure.
Thanks a lot, Colin. Nice seeing you again. Take care.
Take care.
Okay, take care. Nice seeing you.
And I think we have a little break until our next one. Oh, so you had I think they weren't supposed to be here for all that.
Now I got you too.
All right, looks like you have 2658.
Who is this gentleman? Sir, who are you?
I'm just a member of the public.
Of the public? I don't want to be recorded.
We can stop then and resume when you leave.
Okay.
You're gonna delay our meeting?
I mean, that's on you guys. I'm not delaying nobody.
No, if he requests.
He requests not to be recorded, so we'll just.
Until I know how he's going to voice it,
I'll resume it. No, I understand, sir. We'll just have to wait, and then if it becomes a minute, because other people are waiting to see us after him.
Yeah.
So a delay is kind of inconsiderate to the people that are waiting. Okay.
So these are photos of the Tonawanda Creek?
Yes.
We're not continuing right now because this gentleman is filming and I'm not recording, okay?
Oh, gotcha.
So we're just gonna wait. I'll be right back.
Helicopters at Niagara Falls.
Did you?
He did.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. And then he
I
did
know
the
a
traffic
lot of
copter for WEBR.
My father knows.
Make our way back here and then we'll get started.
Okay. Test pilot for casting. Ever. He finally retired. Still flies with the gun. Did you see the latest on that MK flight that disappeared in Indonesia? Someone swears that he sees an image showing up in a Cambodian jungle.
Mr. Ross, I was instructed to have you go wait in the waiting room again until we can resume, okay?
See you soon.
Yep.
Are you all set with this?
Yeah, I'm all
Yeah,
set with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your position here?
I'm assisting from the town of Amherst Assessor's office
You're
in
assistant
having
assessor?
the appointments flow, helping that property owners don't wait too long.
You're aware this is an open public meeting, right?
The gentleman that, the property owner has requested that we cease the meeting, not me, to Ross. I was instructed to have you go wait in the waiting room again until we can resume, okay?
I'm just making
property
sure
owner
you're
didn't
aware
want
this is
to
an
be
open
filmed.
public meeting. And the only, you guys are the ones holding this up, not me.
That he doesn't want to be on film, okay?
It's
So we have to
open
respect
public.
the property owner's wishes as a
Open
town
public meeting, this is
employee.
public information going on.
His private financial records are not public.
And I believe tax records are not public at all.
Well, we're asking them questions that are.
If you'd
they're-
like to get the property owner's permission, we'll resume.
Well, I
I'm
don't-
not stopping this.
I don't need the permission of nobody to film
He
here
asked
today.
that he didn't want to be filmed or recorded. And we have, as a town resident, I have to respect the taxpayer's wishes.
I'll probably be here till 5, so
Well,
maybe you guys just have to move on, he'll have to be skipped, I don't know, but I'll be here till 5.
he has an appointment for a hearing in front of the Board Assessment Review.
Yeah, you can have it.
Well, you're going to remain, so I can go tell the property owner we're not going to resume with him.
I mean, I'm gonna bounce around between 4 rooms here,
I'll
but
let him know, because it's not considerate to make him wait, not knowing. Mr. Ross, the gentleman that is recording is not going to stop. He said he's going to be here until 5 o'clock. And I said that the property owner is the one that requested that he has to leave, not me. And it's inconsiderate not to give you all the information. We're available here, everything that you want.
how long you guys been doing bar? If you don't mind me asking, you guys
Been at it over 10 years.
10 years? Has anybody ever filmed in the 10 years that you've seen?
No,
bars?
we usually don't have people in. We just listen to the public, get their evidence, and make our decision.
Thanks, Bill.
This is your request, so we're leaving the option of staying and finishing with the Johnny recording, or we can try to set a vote for the remainder of your properties, or you can leave them for just review. What remains, the board will review it if you want. We're doing a lot of.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a couple things that it's stated, like the condition.
Do you want to maybe call in and we'll find out next about next week or June whatever?
Or would you be comfortable saying the things that you want?
Well, it's okay, I just don't know what he's.
Recording is meeting there. You can ask
You
him.
never know what he's gonna spin on this.
You're welcome to ask him.
Ask him when we get to what he does.
And then if you're comfortable proceeding, we are, okay, I just don't want to inconvenience you any further.
Put those on the table. No, put them on the table.
Oh, I thought you meant in our boardroom.
No.
Okay.
So who are you with?
I'm with myself.
What organization are you associated with?
I really can't say because it's an investigation at this point.
You cannot say,
Yes,
but you're
yes.
going to record me?
Yeah, we're in public.
Yeah, I understand that, but what is your name?
My name is Dan.
Dan what?
Just that's all I'm given.
We won't ask any questions regarding the rentals or finances or things.
So you're not going to tell me where you're going with this
So
information?
much as that we
No, I can't. It's an investigation.
By who?
by we the people.
If he's not comfortable continuing,
Review his data within
or he can leave it as a non-hearing. I gave Mr. Ross the option, so it's
understand.
completely up to you.
Yeah, whatever you're,
How you
whatever
want
you're
to proceed it, whatever you're
comfortable with.
comfortable with, will accommodate you, okay?
I won't know until I see what he does with it. All right.
So you provide basically all
Now
the
that I'm a little
information.
upset.
Yeah, no. You provide a lot of the information that's similar for all your cases.
Yes,
Again,
yes,
the
some
option for
photos.
you is to let us go through them as a non-hearing.
No, I'm
If
going
you're
to stay.
uncomfortable with this,
I'm
or
going
if
to
you'd like
stay
to
right
continue
here.
on.
I just wanted to state that, like this property we're looking at now, 201, you know, these are original kitchen cabinets from 1970, we'll say when it was.
And this game law, he has 5 assessments, he averaged the 5 together. And of course, I get the proofread, so that's the other thing. Okay, now the 17 other reasons. Come on in, we want you to film. First Amendment rights, Paul Cerzkus here setting legal precedent. That's Aaron Stanley, Vincent Smith, Chip Russ, and Bonnie.
I like this
Paul
guy.
Cerzkus, definitely, please film. All right, so that's the major reason. We have legal precedent already established now with the common driveway based on the past 5 previous assessments that this should be a reduction according to, it's been established already by the town because my house is an anomaly. And now I'd like to tell you a couple other things since you don't go into the house per se. The shared driveway is inconvenient for, you can't park in the cars in the driveway, you don't have any privacy. Ever decided?
Do you need some help?
Yeah, there's 4 rooms that these assessments are. I got 1, 2, 3. Where's the 4th?
It's in an area of the building, but we need to limit your access because we have youth.
Won't somebody please think of the children?
Youth.
Yeah, we have
but
an
that's-
after-school childcare program.
Yeah, but where's the other room?
It's actually just off that main room,
Oh.
but you can't go any further than that because it's a youth center.
Okay, have a good
And that you
day.
can't have access to.
The room's over here, you said?
You can buy that on the house.
So, anyway, good. Yeah.
This is bar, right?
Yes,
it
Are you
is,
guys in an executive session right now?
No, we're done.
Alright.
We're done.
Back up for the second.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Yeah, he is now, like I said, in the team lounge, so he's over there.
Okay, he's right here.
But he can't go any further than that because of the youth center. So beyond that brown door.
Anywhere the public's allowed.
Well, the youth center is a protected area, so.
Protected by what?
Well, because we can't let anybody from the public be in a youth area. We protect the children.
No, stop. Think of the children.
It's a youth center.
Protect them from what?
Strangers.
It's public.
Well, I wouldn't say the youth center's public.
No?
No.
It's not a public building?
It is, but it is a private program, so we need to just make sure the kids feel safe, right? We all want to make sure the kids feel safe.
Does their safety trump the United States Constitution?
I beg your pardon?
Does their safety and feelings trump the Constitution of the United States?
Both very important, I would agree.
I want to make note that there are no youth in this building. Most youth would be at school. As you can see, the youth center is empty. So this lady who wants to limit access for the purpose of youth being here is complete malarkey. There's absolutely no youth here today at this time. All the youth are obviously in school. So this lady who thinks that she can limit public access because of youth is strongly mistaken. Absolutely empty, the youth center.
Office part. And the first section is 1400 through 1404.
Mhm.
And then what is the next one?
1408 through 14.
Second one of those.
Yeah, yes, we have one correspondence with each. Yeah.
Okay.
Let the info.
Well, they were detailed.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, you know, the rents are right there, and sold one of these units as well. The value that was assessed in total, I believe.
Yeah.
You'll see the same similar ones on the right-hand side, a little park.
High frequency.
Yeah, I told the story about.
Oh, yeah.
Come over.
So ultimately, we want to just figure out how, okay.
Are you comfortable with being friends?
Oh, I guess so.
Okay.
It's up to you, ma'am.
That's okay.
This is a 1,348 termination letter from us stating the dollars.
Hey, how's it going, dude?
It's going good. How we doing today?
Doing good. Just walking around.
Nice.
Yep.
Went to high school with Jeff.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, play sports. Yeah.
All right, ready, man? Yeah.
Hey.
An appraisal?
Yes, sir.
And we do have it if you'd like it. Do you want, I was told to bring it at the town, from the town.
Yes, please.
Okay, yeah, I have a copy for myself, and this is whoever I give this to.
Okay.
Here.
When was that done?
How you guys doing?
Hi.
I work for an independent media company. Just wondering if this is the first time that, if you guys don't mind answering a question or two, is this the first time that you guys ever challenged your assessment?
Yes, it is.
What'd you guys think of the process?
You gotta do a little work. You know, they give you some guidelines, but if you put something together and you gotta be reasonable about it, and it seemed, you know, they listen to you.
I thought the board was pretty.
We're just
pretty
looking
good.
for fairness.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I said. I don't object to paying taxes or my fair share. Just want it to be
The right fair share.
Yeah. I'm not. You know, there's a lot of craziness around this, and I don't
So
want to.
Amherst did a reval this year.
Mhm.
What is your impression of a reval versus like some other towns? Instead of doing a reval, they just make mathematical equations. Do you think that a reval is a better deal for you guys, or
They
do you
did
think
what?
They do mathematical equations where they take the equalization rates, and it's real complicated. Like, in other words, they just give a percentage and raise it a little bit each year versus a reval.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Depends how often you do the reval, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly easier to compare. We went from the 62% to the 100%, so that obviously makes a difference from 23 to 24. So, for example, our 23 assessment at 62% was 175. You see that on there, but 100% was, I think, 278. They reassessed us. I asked for 299. So it does make comparison easier, but
Rather than just going up a strict percentage every year.
Yeah. Well, the thing that's more valuable to, or like a reval, like the town did, is that everybody's going to pay their fair share, versus the other way around. What they do is they use a mathematical equation, and they don't actually go out and look at properties. And that what happens when that happens is some people's are higher, some people's are lower. The people's who are higher are making up for the people's who are lower. So like a reval is a good thing, but like there's been a big outrage in Amherst this year because of the reval, and people think it's a big ripoff. But I was just interested in your opinion on the process so far.
so far it's been fine. You know, I mean, it was a little work to put this together, but nothing horrible. Yeah, I mean, I think the people who are outspoken aren't always the best representatives of the process or the actual reevaluation. The ones who go to town board meeting, you're not going to make those people happy. with
Right.
anything. And they are against everything. They don't realize what they get for their taxes, and they don't want to know.
Amherst definitely has a lot to offer for its citizens, and that with, you know,
Yeah.
from hockey rinks to
Right.
libraries to...
Compared to other towns, it's fair. It's
so
we were surprised that comparing taxes in other towns and cities to Amherst, and everybody thinks Amherst is so high, but that's not necessarily the case.
Yeah. But the loudest voices often don't represent anybody, and sometimes they don't even represent the town. They're just outside agitators who like to stir things up, or people who are renters who don't really have there's just a lot of it's kind of embarrassing.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay? All right.
How are you?
Hey, Eric, how are you?
Doing great. Happy to see you.
Nice to see you.
How are you?
How are you?
Happy to see you, Bill.
You too.
You guys having a good day?
Yes.
It's moving
Day
along
two's
quite
okay.
nice. All right, cool. Is this for me?
Yes,
This is for you.
How are you? Doing awesome. How are you doing? Doing great. Nice to see you. Hey, how are you?
Pretty good.
This guy is clearly a firm or independent service hired by landowners, and as you can see, some are much more professional than others.
Court 54? Yeah. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God, in regards to this house?
In regards to this house, yes.
That's all I'm after.
Yeah. What's he doing here?
Entertaining everybody, I think, or...
Are you a judge?
Who? Me?
Are you allowed to ask that question?
You can ask it. You can ask it.
No, I'm not.
He's not involved with the town of Amherst.
Do you feel comfortable with them?
He does social media, or I don't know. He can
rather
maybe tell
not be here, but
you can ask him to leave if you'd like him. All you have to say is, please don't film me.
Yeah, don't
We're not
film
allowed
me.
to do it.
Yeah, I don't want to be filmed.
We can't do it. He does want to be filmed.
I don't want to be filmed.
Acknowledged.
Thank you.
Okay, I guess it doesn't matter.
So you guys get filmed and I don't, just my bald spot?
Yeah, there you go. Well, we're gonna do this right as easy as we can.
Yeah, it should be fairly easy.
Okay.
I've literally been here for 2 hours already, and these board members still, for some reason, are encouraging these citizens to ask me to stop recording. It hasn't worked out once for them yet, so I'm not sure why they keep trying. Oh yeah, folks, hit that thumbs up for that awesome toupee job I just gave this guy.
I have this phone.
Can get that.
I'm an independent journalist. Can I ask you a quick question?
No.
No?
If you shut that off, you could.
No, my only question was, is this the first time you ever challenged your assessment review?
Which way's out?
This way.
Thanks.
Hi there.
How you doing? I'm independent media. Mind if I ask you a couple questions?
I don't feel like it.
The only question I have, and you don't have to answer it, but is this the first time that you've challenged your assessment review, or is this,
I'll get it.
have you ever done that before?
This is my first time.
First time. What'd you think of the process?
It was pretty straightforward.
Pretty straightforward?
Yeah.
Feel you got a fair job?
They listened to me.
Alright, thank you.
That's a problem, let me know.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse us. Excuse us.
My bad.
On?
Very good.
30 Hartford.
Now, what is your name? I didn't get your name.
I didn't give it.
Oh,
I'm just yelling
so
around.
sorry. I'd like to know who I'm chatting
Great.
with.
You can come on back, okay? Oh, yeah, I know.
Sir, is your body camera on?
Yeah.
Activated when you were talking to them?
Yeah, I was just talking with him. Why?
Yeah. I just wondered if it
Just
was
wondering.
on. Yeah, I can see it blinking now. But
Oh yeah, no, I gotcha. Yeah, I try to record for as many interaction with citizens as we can as our policy.
yeah, I'm just trying to like figure out why you're here. Necessarily, I get the concept that they got some type of youth center here, and obviously it's a problem for Amherst if there's a conflict of interest, because obviously it's an open public meeting.
Yeah.
And you know, if there's a problem with children coming here and they think that the camera can stop because of it, Amherst obviously should have thought ahead on holding this in a different venue if that becomes a problem.
Yeah, no,
and I know he's the one
gotcha.
that's complaining about it, so I just want to, obviously I'm going to get that camera footage to find out, you know,
Okay.
what they're exactly saying for transparency in government, but that's all.
Okay, yeah, no, yep, that's fine. You know how to do the FOIL request
Oh,
at
yeah.
the station?
I'm
Okay.
I'm a
Yeah.
pro.
Okay, I gotcha. Then,
Do you know who I am?
Yeah, no,
I'm
I was
Mr.
just double
County.
checking.
I've been doing this for a long time, so. But, you know,
Okay.
just to promote transparency and accountability in government, and to try to start shedding the light on this process, you know, because obviously in Amherst this is a big deal this year with the reval.
Sure.
And you've probably seen the town board meetings go
Yeah.
awry and all that. So, you know, like a lot of people think that reval was a bad thing, but in all due honesty, it's probably a good thing, because people are getting a fair shake of what they should be paying in taxes versus the other methods are, you know, dividing the equalization rates and using a legal process to just kind of bumping it up each year, and not a valid method. But
Yeah, no, I mean, I haven't followed like closely. I got no like opinion on it, but like, yeah, no, I mean, like there's nothing wrong with covering it, and I think it's a good idea, like you said,
Yeah.
because it is a debated issue right now. But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, he just called to sum it up, like as you were asking before, because he was just like concerned with you walking
yeah, like
around.
the one
But
that he was saying, you know, there's kids, so we can't have you on this side. I'm like, well, unfortunately, they're having a public meeting, and you know, the press is obviously allowed to
yeah, you're allowed to because it's
participate
public, like you said.
in a public meeting, and well, I mean, unless they got kids running around in underwear, I can't see why they would care if a camera was
Yeah.
there anyways. But
No, I gotcha, and like I said, you're not mandated or anything. They did put like signs up, as long as you aren't like recording like inside of like there and all that to like record the children.
yeah, I mean, there's nothing illegal about filming children, correct?
Yeah, no, there's nothing illegal filming.
I mean, I
children.
have ethics, and I might not, you know,
Yeah.
go to
Like I said,
schools
I'm-
and try a First Amendment audit, but
Sure, I'm just trying to say,
yeah.
well, like you said, like ethically speaking, if you could just try not to like zoom
yeah,
in
as long
on
as
so
you
not
guys
to
know
bother
that I
them.
can film children,
Yeah.
like, there's nothing illegal about that.
Yeah,
but-
there's nothing
but
legal unless
ethically,
it's some perverted purpose, like you said.
obviously not
clothes.
90% of the footage that gets filmed here probably ain't gonna make the air anyways, but
Yeah.
you know, asking just, you know, when people come out, I'm asking them, you know, is this the first time you ever tried this process, you know, is this, you know, a few questions, but I was just wondering, make sure your camera's on so we can
I
promote
gotcha.
more transparency. So
I gotcha. Yeah, no, like I said, I was just
batteries
requesting.
last night, I think, if you ran that thing all day.
If I ran it all day, I mean, I haven't had to. I would assume probably like 10 hours.
I can get 8 hours out of this one easily.
Yeah.
This is like a division of Axon, Pro Cam.
ProCam. Then yeah, no, it probably has
guys-
similar battery life because I'm at 50% and I'm almost at the end of my shift, so it's got pretty good battery.
You probably weren't running it all day though either.
Yeah, I wasn't running it all day though. I have been on calls where I had it for 3.5 hours going or so, and I think I was still like above like 30 or 40%. So that's a pretty good amount of time. Usually we don't have it
You know,
24.
I think I might be able to get more than 5 or 8 hours. I've to run it for 8 hours. I've never run a battery auto one.
Oh yeah.
But, yeah.
All right.
But you guys are a little thinner on the profile.
Yeah, it is a little thinner. I'm not sure what the difference is. We got a couple buttons.
Does
but-
your camera turn on when you activate emergency lights? Is that how that yours works, or do you not know?
No, because ours will activate all the cameras inside of like the car per our policy. Ours we have to tap on just for like privacy reasons in case like I don't know, you got something like someone's personal information up on there, so it's just not like open to the public right there and then is what I assume it's for. I haven't like reviewed
Yeah, no,
it
I
all.
know that some of them,
But,
the body
yeah.
cameras, you flip on the emergency lights and the cameras automatically activate. I was just wondering if your guys did.
Yeah, no, I mean
You
no.
guys gotta tap them on.
Yeah, on ours we got to tab them on. I mean, it's hooked up to different sensors on ours. Where if you like to draw for like a weapon or something, that still sets ours off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it just doesn't coordinate with our cars. So then if someone else drives
So if
by,
you
it
draw
does.
for your weapon, that thing automatically
Yep,
goes on, huh?
yep.
How does that work? Like, it just, is there something
Yeah, no,
connected to your
there's-
actual heart?
Yep,
Your-
it's connected to the actual hardware. That
Oh,
sends
that's
a signal
interesting.
to
I
it.
never knew about that.
Yep.
Well, that's cool. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
For the opportunity.
Have a good
Enjoy
day.
the sunshine today.
How you doing? I'm just an independent journalist. I'm working on a story about the whole process of bar and that. And would you mind answering a couple
Sure,
questions?
no problem.
My first question is this the first time you've ever challenged your assessment, or is this something you've done in the past?
This is the second time I've challenged my assessment. Yes, when my parent, when parents died, I inherited the house. So we had to go to,
How long?
that was in
ago?
2016, 2017, yes. So I came with Century 21, one of the real estate people.
And they helped
me
you
out.
with that process
Yes,
this time?
this time I'm by myself.
Do you
So-
find the process to be easy? Something they help you, understand what's going on, what you need to provide, and that, or is it more like?
I had an appraisal already from GAR, and so and then I just had to look up to find out other relative houses now, and also how to fill out the application and so forth. So I'm a senior citizen, so I get exemptions as with the star, so low income. So I think I filled out all the documents.
Compared to this time versus the last time you had help with real estate, this time around, did you feel that?
I feel intimidated.
Intimidated by the
Yeah,
process?
because my assessment went up over $150,000, so my taxes skyrocketed. I live alone by myself, and it really went up quite a bit. So I feel very intimidated. I live in an older neighborhood. I've lived there 66 years. And the other people around my area are all dying out. It's an older neighborhood. So I feel intimidated that I had to do this again.
Do you feel that you got a fair shot at it, and the board themselves, they're supposed to be separate from the town? When you were in there, did you feel like the board was a mediator, or do you feel like they were working for the town?
I'm not sure. I think they try to help me. I try to explain what happened. The neighborhood is going down, so I'm trying to keep it alive. That's my home. I was born and raised there.
And nobody wants to move out of their home, especially after many years.
And we're having a problem with rats with McDonald's, and all of the other stores nearby have gone away. Northtown Plaza and the Boulevard Mall's leaving.
Are you aware of the next step to the process if they deny that you have an ability to challenge that in what they call SCAR?
No, I do not.
Where you can
know
take
that.
it to the New York City Supreme Court?
No, I did not know that.
My associate's coming, and you should be here at the time. Maybe I'll get you his card, because if they deny what you're asking for, there is a next step.
Oh, there is.
Where
I did
you
not
can
know.
challenge.
Okay.
You can challenge it in court.
Oh, really?
And the judge will make the final call.
Okay.
But I have a social.
Okay.
It's just called SCAR, but yeah, I have an associate coming. He'd be more than happy to give you a card, and he'd even help you if you need help.
Yes, I need help.
If the town does, she works for the town, I'm sure. Or maybe she's a friend of yours, but
we were.
Okay. Yeah, he should be here shortly, and I'll make sure you get a card.
Okay,
if you,
I'll talk with Mary Jo.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
$2 a square foot. In my initial approach, I took every neighborhood that I could find.
Right.
And I took everyone that was in the other category, and I said, who else is $222 a square foot? I think there was only one other house.
Good.
My name is Dan. I'm an independent journalist. I'm doing a story on the whole reval and the assessment.
Okay.
And I had a few questions. Do you mind answering a few questions?
No, go ahead.
Is this the first time you've ever challenged your assessment through the bar process?
No. Well, through BAR is the person that did the assessment, but it's not the
BAR
first time.
isn't coming to this process.
I've come to a formal. I've done the informal grievance before in prior times, but this is the first time I've come to a formal grievance.
The difference between formal and informal grievances that informal grievances, you would give them the paperwork and mail it in and not be there in person. They would review the information you gave them and then make a decision. The formal grievance is what you're watching. That is in person, where you get to discuss with the board and have dialect. If you remember in the beginning, they offered the gentleman who didn't want to be recorded an informal, offering to take his comparables or his paperwork and make the decision without him present.
But this is the first time I've come to a formal grievance.
How did you feel that it went in there? Do you feel you got a fair job at it? Do you feel?
I don't know, because they're not telling you
Hard
anything.
to say.
Yeah, the way this works, this is actually, all these hearings are public.
Okay.
They don't really want you to view it that way.
Okay.
Anyone out here can walk in and view any of these hearings.
Okay.
The part where you argue and have that exchange is public, they can deliberate in private afterward, but
Okay.
then when they vote on your actual value, you can come in and observe that. You can observe them voting.
When do they do the voting?
They're supposed to tell you before they conclude the hearing.
Oh,
They're supposed to announce that date and time and
Oh,
location.
they said that I'll get a notification
Yeah,
on
and-
July 1st
and
as
they,
to,
Yeah, and they can notify you on July 1st. The issue with that is July 1st is when the final roll comes out. So it'd be good to know earlier than that. You know that you can appeal that further if you want to small claims assessment review.
oh, okay, I did not know that.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, there's another step if you don't get
another
the
step if
result
I
that you
need to,
want.
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, independent hearing officer. comes in.
Before July 1st, I'd have to do that?
When you get that decision,
Then
if
you
you're
can-
not satisfied with this decision, then you can challenge it further.
Okay.
And it's not like, it's kind of like a court, but it's not a judge. It's a
Okay.
It's through the court system. The earliest you can file though is when the final roll gets published, which is July 1.
Okay, fine.
So after July 1, like even if they send you something earlier than that, once July 1 hits, you can challenge it further.
Okay.
Now I will say, because I listened into what you presented there, the best way to dissolve the assessor's presumption of correctness under the law, go get your house appraised and bring that
Okay.
to the small claims assessment review, because they're operating off of a mass appraisal.
Okay.
An actual legitimate appraisal that focuses on your home specifically might cost you like, a couple $100s.
Don't you think that might, going with the current market values, that might even bring it up higher?
It's a possibility, but it would help. I mean, that'd be a good way to, you could even ask an appraiser, hey, do you think that my value
Is accurate, or should I go- yeah.
Pull a couple comps for me, like maybe you pay them $50, $100 and say, can you let me know if I'm ballpark correct?
All right.
And if they're like, yeah.
$100
well, then-
might save you a couple thousand.
Then,
at the end of
then
it.
leave it where it's at. And if he's like, no, I think you could probably come down another 50 grand.
All right.
Might
All
be
right.
worth getting that appraisal, because then when you bring that to small claims, they have to respond to that.
Okay.
And that mass appraisal is going to be less detailed. You saw, I mean, you pointed out the inconsistencies. That's great.
Well, there were errors.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I don't know if you heard that.
Yeah, and that's that mass appraisal process. What they do
Yeah.
is they hire an outside firm called Cara Associates. They basically take the average percentage increase of sales in a specific neighborhood or sometimes across the whole town, and
Okay.
they just apply that to everybody's value.
And mine I had a lot of errors in
Creates
mine.
errors.
Yeah.
It creates errors. So yeah, we
Through-
appreciate your feedback.
Through this whole process, do you feel the town helped you understand the process to get into this point in that, or do you feel you had to research it on your own, or?
When I went to the town to submit the paperwork, they were very accommodating.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
All right?
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Have a
Have a
great
good
day.
one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
She's the one
We do rely on
who
the
stopped
property
the
owner to give us that
process because I was filming.
Inspect every house.
You have no basis for doing that. You can't pause the meeting because someone's recording.
Call the town. There's nobody in there right now. Nobody's recording.
Oh no, I know, but
Because
I'm talking about what happened previous to this.
No, I know. When nobody's speaking and nobody's meeting on anything, we don't record nothing.
Yeah, but you stopped the meeting and stopped the recording
He
because I
asked
was
me
recording.
to. The property owner said he felt uncomfortable and he wanted me to
Yeah,
stop.
but you put the idea on the thing. It's all on camera.
I did not. He said.
Excuse me.
Who is some? I don't want somebody recording what I'm saying. It's private information.
It's not private. It's a public
To
meeting.
him,
He's wrong.
he was disclosing financial information about his rentals. Now, if he thought he was being recorded, he might have said, "I don't want to disclose this verbally."
Is he aware that the town's recording? Is he aware of that?
He wasn't aware of who you were, and that it is my responsibility for him to say I'm not comfortable saying these things verbally.
Okay.
So then I want to take the opportunity to say that's fine.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Does the town?
You can submit them by paper. You don't
You can't.
have to
You
say
don't
them.
have to have a hearing, that's true.
Correct, but it's my responsibility to inform them of how whatever they're comfortable with can be done. He wasn't
It's
aware
not
of
true.
what was happening.
It's not on the basis of comfort level. There are laws that govern the
He didn't
process
want to
of this hearing.
disclose his private financial information, but he felt it would help
Yeah.
lower his
I
assessment.
imagine it probably would.
And so I wanted to communicate to him that he was free to not verbally. He didn't have to communicate. You feel when you have a face-to-face meeting, you're compelled to verbally communicate. That was the the assumption when you meet. And so I wanted to communicate to him that he was fully could leave he didn't have to
Is he going
verbally
to be
say
coming
it.
back to complete the verbal hearing?
No, he
No,
eventually
he
did come
completed
back
it
and
because
come under camera. He did complete it.
He came back and
He came back in
Yeah.
after delaying. She tried to tell
So
me.
he came back in and
She tried to
completed the
tell me
hearing.
I was delaying the meeting.
See, this is going to be a problem.
I didn't say you were
It's on
delaying the
video.
meeting?
It's on video.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
And
problem.
how did I say that? What did I say?
And resume when you leave.
Okay. You're gonna delay our meeting? How did I say that? What did I say?
You told me that I was being unreasonable or you
Did
know,
I?
You did.
Oh, you gotta show me that. Because I feel I'm responsible for the town of
I even had to
Amherst
ask you if you understand that it's an open
taxpayers.
public meeting.
I do, but my responsibility is for the town of Amherst taxpayers, that they can present their Board of Assessment review appointments. They took time out of their days and lives and did a lot of work.
Sure.
To
Well,
do
I
this
mean,
meeting.
You told me that I was holding up the
There's nothing
appointment.
stopping
there's
nothing stopping
so that
the
if
town
he-
from meeting on a weekend when it's convenient for taxpayers.
Excuse me. Liz,
If
can
he
you help me
wanted
match
to,
this up?
If there's money in the budget.
No, they don't have to be paid overtime. That's completely a town determination.
Hey, she told me not only.
How much do the Board of Assessment Review members get paid for the hearings? Yeah, we'd like to know that information too.
She not only told me that I was delaying him, but I was screwing up the rest of the appointments. That they're on a time
Our problem
crunch.
was that man didn't know who you were. He came to me and said,
Public meeting.
I understand, but we have a right to know who you are.
We
'Cause
don't.
You don't.
Then why do you hear our name?
Because
You
are you
work for the
employed by
public.
the town?
Yes, I am.
You're a public employee. You
What
have to
about these
identify
people?
yourself.
You're getting their names and assessments, addresses.
They're at a public
They're at a
meeting.
public
I
meeting
know, but some
presenting
people-
public information.
Right,
They're technically challenging the tax rule.
Yeah.
right.
Therefore, everything
So
they
this is a public
say
proceeding.
is
And
public
you-
because the taxes
the
are
older
public.
people were nervous because of what goes on today.
Would have been better, what would be great, is if the town educated the taxpayers that this is an open public meeting. They
Right.
should expect that members of the public will be here.
They can,
And that they may potentially record.
they can.
Yeah, but that isn't.
The way you guys
I know for
shuffle
a fact that that isn't disclosed to anybody because
The way
I
you guys
participated
shuffle
in
everybody over there, and even when I came in, it's like, wait a minute, who are you? Where's your appointment? I'm like, I'm just here to.
Well, I just need
visualize
to
the
know who
meeting.
you are in a building.
And you know, like
It's a public
in
building.
the-
Maybe I feel threatened, so I needed to know when you walk by, you could at least say, hey, I'm Jim, I'm just here to observe.
Why would you be threatened by someone recording a public
I
meeting?
have no idea.
Do people usually
I don't
record
know who
crimes
you are.
that they commit?
Just members of the public?
Maybe, they're stupid people.
No, it's
But I'm
definitely
just
citizens.
saying,
Nobody
I
can
felt
deny that.
uncomfortable when you walked in. You could just said, hi, I'm Jill, or Joe, or whatever. I was nervous. I don't know who you are. I don't know if you have a gun. I don't know anything.
Yeah, anybody in here could have a gun.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's right, but they're telling me who they are, where
So-
they live.
So, just so I understand, so if I give you my name, then that would protect you from a weapon potentially
No,
being on
but
me?
I'll at least know who you are. You're just taking
But
it. Never mind.
how does, I'm trying to understand the logic.
Because it's when someone just walks by you and you're saying, excuse me, and you just keep going.
I didn't do that.
I said excuse me to you when you walked in.
I didn't hear you.
Oh, okay. Well, I just wondered what your name was, that's all.
Good citizen.
Hey, what's up, boss? Did you need something? Or?
No, I'm just getting some shots
Oh,
for
you're just getting shots of the car.
police car here.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
and
gotcha.
you standing there is not a bad shot either.
No, all right, no, that's fine. I'll stay here for a second.
We live in a society now where people want to record how they discipline their child. People that might get mad with this video is the people that probably already embarrassed their child. You can discipline your child in their room. Take something away from them. If they act up, well, I'm like, son, you can't play the game.
Reasons. Come on in. We watching the film. First Amendment rights. Paul Sircone here setting legal precedent. That's Aaron Stanley, Vincent Smith, Chip Russ, and Bonnie.
I like this
Paul
guy.
Sircone. Definitely. Please, film.
Corruption cruiser rolls into town. Our public servants better not clown. Our rights respected, no backing down. I audit them all, Constitution showdown. Turn on the camera, light up the dark. Erie County fam making a mark. Power to the people, don't lose your spark. This dog will bite, not just bark. Cops scatter, they know the name. First Amendment on our side, we got no shame. Document them all, expose their games. Do it for the people, not for the fame. Turn on the camera, light up the dark. Erie County fam making a mark. Power to the people, don't lose your spark. This dog will bite, not just bark. Flexing our rights, a man with a mission, Constitution on our side, never asked for permission, taking pictures and videos, and hey, might just take a piece of public candy. Turn on the camera, light up the dark. Erie County fam making our mark. Power to the people, don't lose your spark. This dog will bite, not just bark. Here come the government dogs with their charges and cuffs, barking up the wrong tree, acting so tough. We'll FOIL request the body cams and all their reports. Brittany Penn, Berthy gonna neuter them in court. Turn on the camera, light up the dark. Erie County fam making our mark. Power to the people, don't lose your spark. This dog will bite, not just bark. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, fam. We out.
You pull the Constitution out of your pockets in here. Like that was supposed to prove something.
First Amendment, freedom of the press.
We have every right to film. Oh, here, there.
Your name is not Dan Erie County.
This isn't Erie County.
Yeah.
Sure it is. I'm here as Dan Erie County.
This is
legitimate? Maybe. Official? No.